We see Javier living in a luxurious house, driving an expensive car, the picture of wealth and success. But beneath the surface, things are falling apart. Javier hasn't held a job in a long time, and his finances have crumbled. Despite attending multiple interviews, rejection follows him everywhere. One evening, returning home disheartened, Javier's wife suggests the unthinkable: sell the house and the car. Though reluctant, Javier agrees. She also fires the housekeeper, who, before leaving in tears, throws the spare keys at Javier in anger. Now living in a modest apartment, Javier enrolls in a short course to improve his job prospects while continuing his relentless job hunt. After a series of failures, he finally lands a position, only to learn it's an unpaid internship for 6 months. The hope quickly fades. Disillusioned, Javier declines the offer and walks away. On the way home, he finds the duplicate keys thrown at him by the former housekeeper. On impulse, he drives to his old house. He stands there, watching from distance. When the current occupants leave, he sneaks inside. Memories flood back. He gazes at the breathtaking view, the one he never forgot. Being there brings him peace. The next day, Javier returns again. This time, he snoops around. He discovers documents and a red token from a rehab center. Curious, he turns on the home's computer. Through it, he uncovers details about the new owner, a man named Tomas, who was in a drunk driving accident a year ago. His license was suspended, and he's now attending rehab sessions. Javier learns Tomas's daily schedule and sees he's scheduled to be at the rehab center the next day at 3 p.m. Javier decides to go too. At the center, Javier pretends to be an alcoholic. He fabricates a story about losing his wife and daughter to his drinking, a tale eerily similar to Tomas's own past. Intrigued and emotionally moved, Tomas strikes up a conversation and a bond begins to form. The next day, Javier hacks into Tomas's computer again, altering his daily schedule. Since the schedule syncs with Tomas's phone, he unknowingly arrives late to pick up his daughter from school. His wife is furious, believing he's falling back into old habits. Tomas is distraught and desperate to make things right. Back at the rehab center, he reconnects with Javier. Over coffee, Tomas opens up further about his life and even shares family pictures. He asks Javier to show his, but Javier says he forgot them and promises to bring them next time. Their friendship deepens, and Tomas invites Javier to his home. Javier arrives with a bouquet, beaming. On the way in, he bumps into the old gardener, who questions him. Not wanting anyone to know his connection with Tomas, Javier lies, saying he's there to collect some misdelivered documents. Inside, Tomas welcomes him warmly. Dinner is friendly and light. Tomas still has no idea this house once belonged to Javier. The next morning, the gardener asks Tomas if the old homeowner came by to collect anything. Tomas denies it. The gardener now grows suspicious of Javier's real intentions. Later, Javier deliberately crashes his car and calls Tomas for help, holding a bottle of alcohol in hand. Tomas, alarmed, snatches the bottle, some of it spills on him. Javier explains he felt worthless after visiting Tomas's seemingly perfect life of family, status, and success, and he gave in to drinking. Tomas warns him that addiction can kill, using his own peanut allergy as an analogy: one peanut, and I die. Javier asks to use Tomas's phone, claiming his own battery died. While pretending to call a tow truck, he emails himself from Tomas's phone, setting up a future manipulation. Before leaving, Javier pleads, "Please don't tell your wife I drank. She'll judge me." Tomas agrees. That night, Tomas's wife smells alcohol on his clothes. Furious, she accuses him of drinking again. Tomas insists it was Javier. The couple argues bitterly. Meanwhile, Javier's gardener calls him, revealing he knows Javier wasn't collecting mail. He was meeting Tomas. The gardener threatens to report him unless Javier works for him, stealing Tomas's daughter's clothes. Disgusted but cornered, Javier agrees. While at Tomas's house to do the gardener's bidding, Tomas's wife unexpectedly returns. Javier Faiz, She almost discovers him when she hears his phone ringtone, but dismisses it as her imagination. Later, Javier meets Tomas's wife at a restaurant. She warns him to stay away from Tomas, fearing relapse into alcoholism. Javier lies. It was Tomas who drank, not me. He shows her the email he had sent from Tomas's phone. Come quickly. I'm in trouble. The setup works. She believes him. This sparks a massive fight between Tomas and his wife. Javier receives a package, pepper spray and peanut extract. He injects the peanut solution into the pepper spray and throws away the rest. Unbeknownst to him, his wife is observing everything. He plans to give the modified spray to Tomas's wife, but sensing he's being followed, goes to class instead, tricking his wife into believing everything is fine. Javier later meets the gardener and hands over Tomas's daughter's clothes. But now the gardener wants more. He wants a camera installed in her room. Javier realizes he's become a liability. That night, he kills the gardener, staging it as an accident. No one suspects him. He then visits Tomas at his office, but Tomas, furious at Javier's lies, beats him badly. Bleeding, Javier doesn't seek help. Instead, he goes straight to Tomas's wife and lies again. Your husband saw us together and thinks we're having an affair. He attacked me. Then he gives her the pepper spray, laced with a deadly peanut solution, saying, keep this, in case he becomes violent again. He later lies to his own wife, claiming he's leaving town for work. Then comes the final blow. Javier invites Tomas's wife and daughter to meet a famous gymnast, knowing they're fans. They take a family-like photo, which Javier deliberately sends to Tomas. Seeing the photo, Tomas breaks down. In despair, he drinks, just what Javier wanted. His wife sees him again as a hopeless addict. Soon after, Tomas returns home and hits his wife in a rage. She remembers the pepper spray Javier gave her and uses it. Tomas, being allergic to peanuts, collapses. Gasping for breath, he's dying. Panicked, Tomas's wife calls Javier. Javier arrives, calms her down, and sends her away. He finds Tomas still alive, barely. But instead of helping, he smothers him with gloved hands, ensuring Tomas dies. It was premeditated. Months later, Javier is now vice president of the same company Tomas once worked at. He's married to Tomas's widow, living in his old house, with a family and life he always envied. Then, his ex-wife appears. She reveals she witnessed him lacing the pepper spray and threatens to go to the police. Javier is unfazed. He coldly says, do it, but I have money now. I'll get the best lawyers. You'll get nothing. She leaves. The final scene shows Javier standing in his old now new home, smiling as he watches his new wife and stepdaughter, once Tomas's family. His life, now whole again, came at the cost of manipulation, betrayal, and murder. Thanks for watching.